at the top of the third, James, but back to the second now. What a fight that is. And you know, I think that Newcastle United are the key team there, because if Sheffield United lose on Monday, beat Leeds rather on Monday, and Newcastle win, Newcastle will then have clawed them back into the playoff positions.
Go to Wolves, haven't they, today? Is it Newcastle?
Newcastle at Wolves today.
And well, you can see it's anybody's on that caption. I wouldn't like to have a gamble on who's going to go up or what, who's going to stay in the playoffs. It is actually... well, you can take your pick, can't you?
I think the amazing thing is that Leeds United had such a big lead early on. Everybody said they're up, and now they've been clawed back.
They've been pulled back. They've been pulled back. Swindon are still in there, you know.
Jeez, they're all in there.
They're all in there. That's right.
Right. Now it's a big day in Scotland today, with Rangers on the verge of the title and 2 cup semi-finals taking place as well. Here's Hazel Irvine.
This weekend, Rangers could take a step closer towards clinching the championship. If they beat Motherwell this afternoon at Ibrox, then 1 point is all that will be required to retain their title. Aside from the league, however, it's Scottish Cup semi-finals day. 4 teams bidding for a place in the final here at Hampden Park on May the 12th. Holders Celtic are attempting to win the Scottish Cup for the 3rd time in a row. They successfully negotiated a safe 3-0 passage through their quarter-final replay with Dunfermline. But out of the championship race, and with the recent poor run of form in the league, now more than ever their fans know that the Scottish Cup can be the club's only salvation this season.
I think everyone here at the club is aware of the importance of it, both from a credibility point of view, and a pride point of view. And equally, it gives us the opportunity of salvaging something from a season that's been desperate and disappointing.
Celtic face First Division side Clydebank in this afternoon's semi at Hampden. The Bankies have already made history in reaching this stage for the first time. They owe their cup run to Clydeside grit, some flowing football and striker Ken Eadie.
A lot of people have said it's a year of the underdog, and look what happened this Sunday down south with Crystal Palace. But I think the main thing is to go out and do well. We're not just going there to enjoy it, but we're going to try and win the game.
In the other semi-final at Tynecastle between Dundee United and Aberdeen, it's a case of we must stop meeting like this, for this will be the 7th Scottish Cup tie between these two sides in 3 years. In the past 2 seasons, the ties have gone to 2 replays. On both occasions, Dundee United emerged as winners. Last year, Mixu Patalainen's goal made the difference. Perhaps another marathon looms this year.
Perhaps so, Jim. Now, you were successful nearly with the English semis.
Well, it's the year of the underdogs, Ian, so you've got to go for Clydebank and Dundee United, because, let's face it, I mean, Crystal Palace and Manchester United got there. They were underdogs. So.
Yes. I would think that Dundee United would find themselves as underdogs.
Well, against Aberdeen, I would have thought.
You think so?
Today, yeah, definitely, wouldn't you?
Well, I'll go on Aberdeen Celtic final.
Well, there you are. You see, you're going for the overdogs.
Right.
Or whatever they're called. Overcoats.
Overcoats, yeah. Well, that's it for part 1. When we come back, we preview ITV's World Middleweight Championship Boxing Clash, which takes place tonight. We continue the countdown to the World Cup, and we reveal the winners of our Littlewoods Cup final competition. So stay with us.
Tonight at 11:15 on ITV, Britain's Michael Watson takes on champion Mike McCallum in a WBA World Middleweight title clash. Tonight at 11:15, only on ITV.
You know, it happened right here 20 years ago.
Right here, Mum?
Mm-hmm. You just can't imagine what it felt like.
I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow-white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world. Yes, have it. The feeling you get from a Coca-Cola can't beat the feeling. I'd like to teach the world to sing. The feeling you get from a Coca-Cola. I'd like to buy
Wallpaper stripping has always been a tough challenge. Now Black & Decker introduced the new Steam Stripper that helps you strip quicker, cleaner, and easier. So if you're not already using one, You've probably got some catching up to do. The new wallpaper stripper from Black & Decker. Tough tools for tough jobs.
In the new World Cup coin collection from Esso, you can collect players from the English and Scottish squads, starting in just a few days' time.
It's good to know that Halifax Building Society is offering special rates on mortgages of £60,000 or more.
Did you get it?
We hope that makes a lot of people a little happier.
Yahoo! Thank you.
Last year, the London Marathon was yet again the world's #1 marathon. It had a #1 sponsor, ADT.
Keep on running.
ADT is the world's #1 in electronic security protection. ADT is also the world's #1 vehicle auction company. Now, get on your marks for this year's ADT London Marathon and show the world who's #1.
It's my husband. Quick, get in the wardrobe.
Need a wardrobe? Contraband Wardrobes 20% off at Texas.
Welcome back. Now we turn our attention once again to the World Cup. Remember, the opening game, Argentina against Cameroon, which is just under 8 weeks away, will be live on ITV. The warm-up games continue for the participating nations. Here's Martin Tyler again.
Andy Roxburgh was in Algiers to check on Sweden, one of only a handful of spectators who saw Klaus Ingersson concede a penalty after 15 minutes. And a Sweden side captained by Liverpool's Glenn Hussein, a goal down. Thomas Ravelli beaten by Abdelhamid Serrar. Sweden equalised with a penalty of their own, the foul on Anders Limpar, who plays in Italy with Cremonese. The Swedish officials were angry at the organisation of the match at a time when no crowd could be present on religious grounds because of Ramadan. But they were relieved that Stefan Schwarz earned a draw for them in such strange circumstances. Austria beat Hungary 3-0 in Salzburg. Peter Artner taking advantage of a clever free kick. Remember that Austria won 3-2 in Spain last month, so their World Cup preparations are going well. An injury to striker Gerhard Rodax meant an early opportunity in this match for substitute Andreas Ogris. He took his chance with the second goal, 2-0, 2 minutes before half-time. And 9 minutes from the end, another substitute did his best to impress the coach Josef Hickersberger. Christian Keglowitz of Rapid Vienna. Austria 3, Hungary 0. Egypt have been together for 2 months already to try to raise their standards to compete meaningfully with England, the Republic of Ireland and Holland. Their latest stop, East Germany, but goalkeeper Schubier beaten by the header from the East German sweeper Peschke. Bobby Robson and Jack Charlton will have noticed Egypt's uncertainty here in defence as East Germany wrapped up the game with a second goal 9 minutes later. Matthias Sammer on the spot and Egypt beaten 2-0.
An uncertain Egypt there.
We'll give you a bit of confidence.
I don't think there's much trouble there, Ian, but there you go.
The Austrians looking good again, James.
They are looking good. They're warming up very nicely, aren't they?
It could be a
looking
dark horse.
quite dangerous. Yeah. And what about that Swedish game? How can they play it on a Ramadan? Nobody there.
Amazing.
It's like watching Charlton play, isn't it?
Now, time to reveal the answers and the winners to last week's Littlewoods Cup competition. The prize, remember, 2 pairs of tickets to the final of the Littlewoods Cup at Wembley later this month. Right, here we go. The answer to question number 1, Andy Ritchie was the other goal scorer, apart from Frankie Bunn, when Oldham beat Scarborough 7-0 earlier this season. Question 2. Paul Robinson was a Scarborough teenager who scored on that dramatic night when Chelsea fell victim in the Littlewoods Cup second round. Question number 3. The unlucky goalkeeper who saw 8 Sheffield Wednesday goals sail past him was David Coles of Aldershot. That's the biggest winning margin in the competition this season. The two members of Nottingham Forest's winning side at Wembley to have moved on since their win over Luton last April are Neil Webb and Lee Chapman. And Swindon against Bolton was a match that went to 4 games before being settled in the 3rd round of this season's Littlewoods Cup competition. Right, Jim, you and I now to
yes.
pick a couple of winners.
Well, we were going to have the champagne, but...
champagne bucket.
Bucket, but the directors nicked it.
Robert Lamb from Littleborough in Lancashire.
And this is Christian Stevenson from Muswell Hill in London.
Oh, a London boy and a Lancashire boy.
That's not too bad, that,
All right, congratulations to you both. A pair of tickets will be on its way to you shortly for a VIP day out at Wembley on April 29. Next week, we'll be launching our Goal of the Season competition. We'll be contacting all the First Division sides to nominate their own best goal. And our competition will offer a top prize of a trip to see the World Cup final, so don't miss that. Now, more prizes as we announced the Barclays Young Eagle of the Month award for March, and Bobby Robson has gone for one of his World Cup opponents, Jim.
Yes, Steve Staunton of Liverpool. And,
I must say the panel were very complimentary about Steve.
There was a few sort of, I mean, Bobby Robson said he's good and consistent and his performances merit the award. You know, here he is laying on Jim Rosenthal's famous goal on Tuesday. And Ron Greenwood said his passing and ball control are of the highest quality it's got here, but then he said that about me when he signed me for West Ham. Never mind, Ron.
Right, congratulations, Steve. Now, boxing, and tonight on ITV at 11:15, you can see exclusive coverage of the WBA Middleweight Championship of the World. Britain's Michael Watson against the Jamaican title holder, Mike McCallum. Watson provided great value for money on ITV last May when he fought a thriller with Nigel Benn for the Commonwealth title. And more of the same would do very nicely. Jim Rosenthal reports.
When Nigel Benn fought Michael Watson last May, Benn's entry was quite outrageous. Watson refused to be blinded by the sequins or intimidated by the Dark Destroyer. He went about his business superbly in the fight of the year. He had a plan, it worked perfectly.
Oh, he's gone! So, the big hitter has been hit.
But Watson's career stood still since then. A broken nose meant a 3-month delay in this challenge for McCallum's world title. Mike McCallum, officially 33, is one of the most experienced world champions. Tonight will be his 11th world title fight. The Jamaican was a great light middleweight. Nicknamed the Body Snatcher, he raised his sights against Don Curry.
Oh, what a punch out of the blue! The left hook there, and he's not going to make the count, Curry.
And now Watson wants to gun down McCallum. He's getting special support from Arsenal, his local club. His trainer, Eric Seckham's a cabbie and a steward at Highbury. Watson comes from Islington, close to the ground. He's a regular supporter, and he's motivated before his big fights by the Arsenal assistant manager, Theo Foley.
Well, I've said before that I have a great feeling that you'll fight Nigel Benn again. I hope it's somewhere for a lot of money, and I hope I'm there to see you beat him again.
I hope so as well. Beating Nigel Benn. Well, after beating Mark McCallum, taking on Nigel, how about the Arsenal?
Well, that would be fantastic. The only thing is, as I said to you, we are champions here. You're fighting a champion. We don't like to relinquish the championships, and champions never like to relinquish that great privilege of being champions. So you've got to be at your very best. I'm sure you will. And I'm sure that if we can help you in any way here at Highbury, despite the pitch, we want to spoil the pitch, we'd love you to come back here and fight here.
Bro.
Theo, he's a great mind motivator, you know. Before the Nigel Benn's fight, me and Theo had a really good talk beforehand, and he wanted to make sure that my mind was right before the fight, and really, Theo done me the world of good. You know, he gave me great confidence in a belief, and he's spoken to me again to see how I feel before this fight, and you know, I told him I'm feeling great, and Theo's behind me, and I'm sure all the Arsenal fans and the football players are all behind me.
Eric Seckham was on duty at his usual post next to the players' tunnel on the match on Wednesday. He's convinced Watson will do the business for him tonight.
He'd do the body work with both, but I want him to really stick the left in, and once he does that, after about 5 or 6 rounds, McCallum will start, his legs will start going. Then is Michael's prey then, you know. And I reckon that I think he'll stop him in about 8 rounds.
Michael Watson never makes extravagant predictions. He's got that rare ability to alter his tactics to suit his opponent. Ring rust is an obstacle, but I feel Watson, one of the game's genuine nice guys, will become Britain's first world middleweight champion since Alan Minter 10 years ago.
Ah, well, old Theo Foley used to flatten a few of us in his days at Northampton, didn't he? Left and rights. And he used to use his feet as well, yes, Theo, occasionally.
Now, at the weigh-in this morning, Watson was 11.6, right on the limit. McCallum at 11.5.5. Should be some scrap. Well, that's it for this week's show. Next week, we feature the prettiest face in football. No, not Gary Lineker, the other one. Sherry Lungi is on the cover of next week's TV Times as the manageress, which is about to return to Channel 4. At 4:45 today, there's goal action from the top of the Barclays League and the results service with Elton Wellesby. We shall see you next week, I hope. Bye-bye for now.
Next this afternoon, Dickie Davis presents the last quarter-final of Sportsmasters.